Hello. Hi guys. I'm doing something different today. It's been brought to my attention that people have been watching the live Pilates lunchtime classes and not actually getting on the mat and doing them. So I thought, why not do something that we can kind of take just down from the sofa down onto the floor, not too difficult. Start off with a little bit of seated work, a little bit it's kind of like the standing warm-up, but instead of standing you're going to be on your sit bones. So, and in some ways, especially if you're out in your back garden today and you're spending a little bit of time in the sun, hopefully it's sunny where you are, it's something that you can do when you're just sitting out in the garden as well. So first of all, important, where you put your legs. If it's not comfortable for you to have your knees bent up like this and your legs folded, that's absolutely fine. You can sit like so or like so. So that's important. There's no rule with that. So wherever you're comfortable with your legs. Okay, sitting tall is important. So instead of your feet being on the floor like we normally do with the standard warm-up, hopefully I'm fully in shot here. Let me come back a bit. Instead of your feet being on the floor and being aware of our footprints on the mat, you can be aware of your sitting bones, the bones in your bottom. So pull the muscle aside, you'll feel the bones pressing down into the floor. Lift up tall out of your waist, relax through your shoulders, and we're going to take a nice slow inhale in through your nose, and then let that out through your mouth. So think of your favorite smell. Breathe it in through your nose and then relax your neck, your jaw. Let your tongue drop to the bottom of your mouth as you exhale. Good, one more of the deep breath in. And breathe it out. Good, on your next inhale, let your body weight shift. So you're sinking into one footprint, into one buttock or a glute, and then switch over to the other side. Inhale one way, exhale the other. One more each way. And then allow your body weight to settle evenly through both sides and lean forward and bring it back. Lean it forward and bring it back. One more each way. And bring it back. And then settle your weight evenly through both sides. Lift up tall out of your waist, and we're going to tilt your pelvis here. We're going to curl your tailbone under, send your tailbone back. Tuck your tailbone under, push your pubic bone forward, draw the pubic bone back. Push forward and back. Same sort of feeling that we get when we're standing. The lumbar spine, lower back, is imprinting and then hollowing. One more each way. And then come somewhere where you feel is neutral, kind of halfway between those 2 points, and once again feel as though you're lifting, lengthening up out of your waist. Relax through your arms, squeeze your shoulders up and let them go. So it's a big squeeze and a drop. One more, squeeze up, release down. One shoulder at a time, lift, let it go. Other side and drop. And lift and release. Shake out with your hands, up along your forearms, up over your elbows, up into your shoulders, upper back, shake, shake, shake. Relax it down, round forward and open back. Bring it forward and open back. And rotate the arm in the socket all the way forward, all the way back. Listen to your body. Close your eyes sometimes with these. It helps. Just kind of be aware of how it feels, how each side feels. Relax it, round forward. If one side feels a little bit tighter, if there's any sort of discomfort or strain when you're doing these movements. And then wide across your collarbone, relax your arms down and trace a little circle with your nose. and reverse it. Remember, your circles are small. It's like the size of a €2 coin. It's a small little movement. And then put your nose into the middle of that circle and nod up and down with your chin. Good. And then chin stays very slightly lifted, slide straight in and out. So the nose and the chin go forward and then draw back in. One more. Draw back in. Inhale here in the middle. Exhale, look over to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross. And as I've said to you before, don't overdo these. Just enough for you to feel a stretch. You don't have to try and look over your shoulder. It's just enough to feel that stretch. Come back center, ear to your shoulder. Come back up, and other side. And lift and reach. Good. Come back center. Ear to your shoulder, little quarter circle brings your chin towards your chest. You're looking down towards the floor. Inhale here. Head dropping heavier. Lift straight back up. And other side the same. Ear to your shoulder, quarter circle. Head lifts up. Good. Bring your shoulders back up to your ears, melt them slowly down this time. Bring them up, melt down. Two more. One more. Melt all the way down and keep them there. A little bit of rotations now. A small little movement, the exact same as when we're standing. You're seated into the floor. Your sitting bones pressing evenly into the mat. You're looking eye level around the room. Of course, the crown of your head, the tips of your ears constantly reaching up towards the ceiling. Bring it back center. We'll make that a little bit slower, a little bit more focused. Thumbs against your sternum, against your breastbone. Your chin and fingertips stay in line with each other. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross. Inhale to the middle. Wring out your waist. Squeeze your belly button in as you turn. Bring it back center. Change your arm position again, this time into genie or Cossack position. Inhale here. Exhale, turn. And cross. Bring it back center. Bring your arms up into goalpost. Elbows come up, shoulder level, fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. Open out wide, abdominals scooped in, all the way around. And turn. Wringing out your waist, making your waist smaller as you turn. Bring your fingertips back behind your ears, elbows out wide. Inhale here, exhale around. If this is the first day that you've joined this live class, probably go back over some of the other live classes for a little bit more details on the breathing, on the Pilates breathing that we do in the standing warm-up section. Come back center, parallel to the floor, all the way around. And cross. And round. Good. Lengthen out through your fingertips, reach. Some hands have gone out of the shot, but you know where they are. Reach out as long as you can through your fingertips. Shoulder level with your arms. Lengthen up tall through the crown of your head. You're lifting out of your waist. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Center. I'm going to, I think I probably told you yesterday that I've started to put all this stuff up onto a YouTube channel, Galwaypilates YouTube channel. So subscribe to that if you want to. I'm going to start putting up little short videos with clips on the breathing, on alignment, little, I suppose, little areas that I'm going to focus on. So it's worth following that for those. Okay, so sitting up tall, lengthening up. We're going to bring, we can't do the squatting movement for the legs obviously because we're seated. So we're going to bring the elbows out wide, shrug up with your shoulders and bring them back around. Inhale up. Squeeze your navel to your spine. Inhale wide into the back and sides of your rib cage. Tighten your belly button to your spine and shorten around your waist. Make your waist smaller. But at the same time, you're elongating up through the spine, especially on your exhale. Bring it around, hold it there, reach straight out and fold it in. Inhale, lengthen out through your fingertips so they go out of the shot, and elbows come back in. Inhale, reach and draw back in, and one more. And draw back in. Bring your fingertips back behind your ears, push your elbows back, bring them forward, open press back. Make your waist smaller as you're exhaling. One more. And then lengthen out through your fingertips. Circle towards your thumbs. So my palm of my hand is facing down and I'm circling towards the thumbs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms up, bring it back. So now my palms are up and I'm going back. So 2 and 1. Push through the heel of your hands. So now we've got this going on. Push through the heel of the hands, circle forward towards your thumbs again. 3, 2 and 1, and then turn that upside down. So you have this and circle back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your arms in. Press your elbows back for 2. Lengthen. Release them. Back for 2. Reach and drop. 2 more. Back for 2. 1 more. Back for 2. Reach it. Drop it down. Shake up into your shoulders again. They should start to be feeling a little bit looser. Elbows tuck in. Inhale here. Open out to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale out. 2 more. And 1 more. Hold it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it, hug in around your upper back. Give yourself your daily hug. Big deep breath in between your shoulder blades. Swap it over. Big deep breath in. And then hands back behind your tailbones. Reach back with your knuckles. Open up into your chest. And hands in front, chin to chest, open out. 3, 2 and 1, and relax it. A little shake up into your shoulders. Perfect. Okay guys, so we're going straight into a little bit of hip work, a little bit of hip opening. So what I want you to do is bring your feet, bring your legs into kind of like a Z position. Let me scoot back a little bit so I have space. Into a Z position. Now to get into that position, and to get to feel how your hips are feeling today, sometimes it's nice to just move. A little bit of movement. One side over to the other. Lifting up tall out of your waist. You don't have to bring your knees all the way to the floor. You can just move from side to side, kind of rocking from one hip over to the other hip. Now you feel your core working when you're doing these to keep you upright, but it's more so what I'm looking for is where if you feel nice and loose through the hips, and you can start to make it a bit bigger and reach. Okay, 1 more each side and reach, and then drop into it. So now we've come into that Z position. Now the thing about this is if it's more comfortable for you to have the knees bent up at less than a 90-degree angle, that's fine. Ideally though, bring the front leg out, leg back, so that's pretty much 90 degrees ish at the knee joint. Listen to your body though. Like, I know I say this all the time, but if it doesn't feel right for you today, it might feel great doing it another day, maybe today isn't the day for it, then just relax out with these ones. Okay, so in this position, lifting tall out of your waist, elongating your spine, coming over here to the front, the bent knee in the front, and you're going to put your hands onto the floor. You're going to lean forward with your chest towards the knee, and then you're going to round out of it. So you're moving through the spine. Push your chest forward, reach towards the leg, and then round out of that. Inhale, extending. Exhale, flexing. 1 more. Reach and draw it up. And then bring it down into that position. Hands either side of the knee, and just rock side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up and do the exact same thing into the middle. So directly in front of you. So hands are on the floor, fingertips are on the floor. Extend with the spine, so you're reaching your chest forward and then round it up. Extend the spine forward and flex it up, round it up. Inhale and round. And one more. And round it up. And then bring it down, hands either side, and a little rock side to side, swaying. Good. And then bring it back up again. Lift tall out of your waist. Try and sink down as evenly as you can through your sit bones and rotations. Just a little rotation one side to the other. Think of elongating the spine. So tips of the ears, crown of your head reaching up towards the ceiling for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Perfect. Back into that little warm-up one that we were doing, side to side. Should maybe, hopefully, feel a little bit looser. One more each way. And then bringing it to the other side. The exact same thing. We get back into shot. Exact same. Lift up tall. Now, everybody, well, almost everyone I've ever met has felt a difference on both sides. So one side can feel a lot easier, a lot looser, just a lot more comfortable to sit into. And then you go over to the other side and it's like almost like you're sitting in somebody else's body. That's very common. So if you're feeling that right now, don't be surprised. This could be the easier side, this could be the more difficult side. Just go with what you have. So we're going to do the same movements, but like I was saying earlier, if it's really uncomfortable for you to have your knee out in this position here, if it's more comfortable to bring it in closer, or if on this side it just feels too uncomfortable on either knee, then relax out of it and kind of sit this one out a little bit and watch. Okay, so same thing, we're going to bring yourself over, hands either side of the knee in front here, and we're going to lean the chest forward and round it back. Lean forward and round back. Inhale, scooping your navel to your spine, one more. And scoop it up. Bring it back down into position and sway. Hanging out there, letting the lower back and the glute, the buttock on that side, stretch. Good, bring it back up. And do the same thing into the middle. So fingertips onto the floor in front, to the mat in front. And we're going to extend forward and round it up. Extend, scoop your navel to your spine. Pilates breathing, inhale and wide into the back and sides of your rib cage. Scoop your navel to your spine, one more. And scoop, tight, tight, tight. Come down and rock side to side or sway. Shoulders away from your ears. Oh, feels good. And then bring it back up. Lifting tall out of your waist. Rotations again. Good for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Perfect. Okay, from here, we're going to open up into this hip flexor and the quadricep muscle. So coming down, play them in shot. Coming down onto your elbow, pushing the hip out, scoop your navel to your spine, and circles around. Reach up and around. One more. And reverse it. Lengthen. One more. And relax it. Swap it over. Do the warm up one again. Side. One more each side. Bring it back. Okay, and coming down onto your elbow on this side. Pushing this hip forward. So you activate the glute on this side. Press your pubic bone and the quadricep muscle on this side forward. Stretch. And reverse. Sorry about the sound effects, but it feels good. Hopefully it feels good for you too. One more. And relax it bring it up. Sitting onto your heels. So we're going to sit back onto the heels. Now, a lot of people find this position quite challenging because, especially if there's tightness in your shins, the foot can feel very uncomfortable when you sit back on your heels. But I think it's one of those exercises that's worth, or one of those positions, I guess, that's worth persevering on, because it's a lovely stretch for your quads, for the front of your thighs, without having to do too much. What I would normally say to people that come into the studio to me or into my class is, if you feel more comfortable rolling up a pillow or rolled up towel and sitting onto that initially, and then gradually starting to get a little bit more comfortable with actually sitting back onto your heels. With it, we're going to do similar kind of movement that we did with the extension and rounded, but we're going to round back and extend forward. So round it back, stretch. You'll feel a stretch along here and extend forward. Round it back and come up. One more. And bring it up. Perfect. Okay, lying down onto your back, staying with the hips. I'm going to grab your foam roller, place that in underneath your pelvis. I'm going to go at a diagonal here so that you can see the movement a little bit better than maybe yesterday's. So you're placing your foam roller, hopefully I'm in shot. Place your foam roller underneath your pelvis, kind of mid-sacrum, or a couple of centimeters below the waistband of your shorts or your leggings. Bring both knees into your chest, hug them in. And a little rock side to side. Bring that back center, left knee stays where it is. It's like reaches up towards the ceiling, point and flex. Toes to the ceiling, toes to your nose. Bring your toes towards your nose, push up on your heel, drop your leg back, stretching through the hamstring here. So that comes right back and stretch. 2 and 1. Fold in, swap over, same thing on this side, point and flex. This other knee comes in as close as you can get it to your chest, point and flex. Good. Push up on the heel, toes to your nose. This leg comes back. 4, 3, 2. Good. Both legs the same. Movement, point and flex. Toes to your nose. Push up through your heels and drop the legs back. Hold that position. If you want, you can do what we did yesterday and bring the legs all the way back to the floor. You don't have to do that today, or you can do it later if you prefer to. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to just do the normal stretch with the legs coming down towards your chest. Because we're focusing on all the soft tissue, the muscles around your hip joint. So we're just getting into the hamstrings here. Fold in, left knee stays in. So now we're going into the front of the leg, into your hip flexors right here at the front of the hip joint. So with this one, feel like, in my case, stretching out towards the radiator, like I'm trying to touch it. So my leg stays completely stretched and straight. There's hopefully no bend at the knee at this stage. So you're lengthening, almost like somebody's pulling your ankle. They're pulling me out the window. And then when you get to that point, which is somewhere around there for me, so you can see the way the muscle is quite taut there. It doesn't want to go anymore. And even when I activate through my gluteal muscle to try and press it down, that's as far as it wants to go. Then I can fold at the back of my knee and bring my heel down. Wow, that's tight. I didn't realize I had that far to go. And this is where you should feel that. So you're keeping your abdominal muscles scooped in, this knee stays in tight so your back feels protected and you're opening up into that hip. Big deep breath in. Breathe it out. Nice and slowly slide it back in again. I'm going to swap it over, do the exact same thing on this side. So this knee comes in, reach and lengthen now with your left leg. And let it drop. Keep it straight, 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 straight. And that's the point where that one is sticking on me. So quite tight on my hip flexors. I think, the more we sit down, obviously, the more they're going to shorten and tighten up a little bit. Okay. And then fold at the back of the knee to bring it down. And breathe in. This is one of my favorite ways to stretch the hip flexors and the quads, because it just feels so safe. Because this knee is in so tight to your body, your back, your lumbar spine doesn't feel under any pressure whatsoever, but it's really focused stretch at the front of the hip. So, you know, sometimes, and obviously I need to do it at the moment, if my hip flexors are tightening up a little bit, a lot of the time if I do a lot of driving, for me, maybe I'm tense when I'm driving, I don't know, I really feel a tightness. I'll actually physically feel them uncomfortable there. Then I'll spend a little bit longer on this, maybe 90 seconds holding the stretch. Okay, come back in. Excuse me. Left knee comes in, right foot comes down onto the floor this time. So we're placing the foot directly down onto the mat. The ankle is pretty much in line with my knee joint. Activate through your glute here. This knee pulls in tight, and we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press your foot into the floor. Tuck the glute tightens up. Scoop your navel to your spine and pull this knee in. So it's quite. I'm feeling that stretch going all the way down nearly to my mid thigh, and release it. And press and release, and one more. Press and release it. Swap it over to the other side. So full foot contact with the floor, so that left foot is down on the floor now, fully in contact with it. Release on the inhale. As you exhale, push your foot down, pull this knee in tight. See how tight and close the leg is, the bent knee is to the body. Don't let it pull away. Keep it pulled in. One more. Good. Relax it and bring both knees in. So they come in tight. Reach your arms back and little rock side to side. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then roll the foam roller out from underneath you. Go to the side and circle around with the knees. And reverse it. Hands on top of your knees, circle them away from each other. So all those movements and stretches and just being in contact with the hip joint and being aware of it, all that is really helpful for any sort of lower back tightness that you have as well. And then bring the soles of your feet together, put them down onto the mat, knees open out wide. Arms come into goalpost position either side of your head. Ooh, I'm getting a cramp. Oh, sorry about that, guys, it happens sometimes. Soles of the feet together, arms open out, press your feet together and then let the knees relax. So the feet press and release. One more. Good. Stretch your legs out along the mat, arms, reach them back, full body stretch. Shake up through your legs. Start with your feet, work up over your ankles into your calves and your shins, up over your knees, quads and hamstrings. Shake, shake, shake. Up into the hip joint if you can. Good. And then slide your feet back in. Roll yourself over onto your side, or if you're comfortable to do it, tuck your chin in and roll up into seated. Okay, coming into quadruped position. Hands directly underneath your shoulders. Knees directly underneath your hips. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. You're going to come into that as much into a neutral position here out of the way. Much into a neutral position with your spine as you can. So you're not rounded. You're not hollowed. You're about halfway between the two. Lengthen out through the elbows. Roll, curl your tailbone under and lift. So we're tilting your pelvis. Tuck under and lift. So keeping that from the waist down. Lumbar spine stretches and hollows. Good. Bring it a little bit further. So we're going to all the way up, round, and then extend. Round and extend. Good. Tuck your toes under. Sit your butt back onto your heels. And stretch your feet. Good. And then rest onto the front of the foot. Bring the knees out. Round it. And just hang out here, let the inner thighs stretch. Slide your shoulders away from your ears as much as you can. Shoulders are sliding down, dropping your chest towards the floor. Good, and then tuck your chin in, hands come in underneath your shoulders. Big deep breath in, and we're going to round your spine to unfurl and bring it up. Head comes up last. I'm still in the shot, that's good. And a couple of little shoulder rolls. And reverse it. Good. Bring the knees back in, come up onto your knees, and step yourself up onto your stronger leg. Well done, guys. I'm not going to stand up. I'm going to come over and turn off the phone instead. I hope you've enjoyed today's workout. A little bit different. Give me a shout if you've anything you want me to go through with you or answer. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.